So what are you saying? Would you, at your age now, would you borrow? Would you find anything wrong with borrowing money from your parents?
I think it depends. I think it depends how old
if I
you are.
borrow money, I'm gonna pay.
Well, you're gonna pay it back, innit?
Yeah, pay back. Or okay, not necessarily borrow.
You're gonna pay it back, innit? Yeah.
Just asking your parents in general for money.
I think it depends on the situation.
Depends on your circumstances.
I think
So that basically means like
It's cool.
calm, it's
Yeah,
cool.
I feel like
Let me
they're
go
your
around
parents
it.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Me personally, I don't ask my parents for money, but that's because I'm in a situation where I don't need to.
You don't need
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
But some people might be out of a job. They might be in between jobs. You don't know people's circumstances.
Yeah, definitely.
They might have picked up a unexpected debt.
Yeah.
Ticket, yeah, or something. Do you know what I
All
mean?
sorts of things can
Anything could
happen.
happen.
I don't understand, but you're borrowing this. You're just gonna pay it back, innit?
Yeah, but there's
a lot of people that
will
will say,
Nah, you're at your big age.
Your big age.
No,
if
I
you're
don't-
over 30, if you're reaching 30 and
I
you're
don't
asking
understand,
your
bro.
parents for money or like asking them to borrow money, like you're wet. There was
Wait,
a lot of stuff like.
but you're gonna pay it. You're gonna pay it back.
Even if you don't pay it back, let's say
Okay,
I'm
let's
not
say
paying
your
it
parents
back.
give
Oh,
you money.
let's say you're asking it for number,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
to like to
yeah.
borrow. You're asking.
Let's
it for
say
money.
you're
I think
in a
asking
habit of, because I saw a lot of girls saying
I think you're asking for money, that's
this
a
is
bit-
normal for them. Like
Yeah.
they can basically go to their dad and be like, Dad, I'm going out this weekend.
Yeah,
Can you
can I
send me
have
some
some
money?
money? Yeah.
And
No,
their
bro,
dad
I'm
will
not
still
doing
do it. You might,
I'm
but
not
would
doing
you?
You'd be surprised a lot of girls
Yeah,
are
a lot of girls do
fam.
that. Would you?
I'm saying when. Nah,
And
I'm
to
not.
be honest,
I'm not.
like think about it. Like obviously you got a daughter. Like imagine when she's grown, she's asking you for money.
No, she has
you're gonna
work-
give it to her.
No, she has to work for it.
Bruv,
You think I'm?
But if she comes to you and she's like, "Oh, Dad,
Yeah,
can I-"
I'll give you money, but you have to. You have like. Do you
I know what you mean. You wanna
I want
know the
Yeah,
value.
you don't want her to be like,
No,
but
bruv, you have to work for it.
This is not what I'm trying to say.
Wash
I'm
my
not trying to
car,
say.
iron
it's
my
not-
clothes or something. You have to do something. You have to work. I want her to be able to learn that you can't. Money's just not a thing whereby you can just. I can just give
Yeah,
it
yeah,
to you.
but
now.
she
You
might
work
have
for it,
she
fam.
might have her own money, but some people still have the habit of just like going back to the bank of mum and dad, like just out of habit, really. Like
I know what you mean, to be honest. But I've always like with me. If I don't even remember even the last time. If my parents are gonna give me. If I know that if I was to ask my dad for money, I know that he'll make me do something to her. He'll make me do something to work for it. Do you know what I mean? Not just here, take money to go.
So
and
let's
buy.
say you was
I would have to do
let's
something
say
to work
at
for it.
16 years old you're asking or whatever, you're asking your dad.
And because of that, like I would rather just get the money myself. Do you know what I mean? Because I might not want to wash his car or do whatever. Do you know what I mean? I think, you know what, I'll just get a job and work myself. Do you know what I mean? So that's why, like, if my daughter, I'm gonna make sure I teach her, like, okay, look, if that's the vibe that you want to do, you have to make sure that you're gonna have to work for
Okay,
it.
forget about that. So let's say, for instance, like your child got into trouble now, and they needed like £500, like just like that.
Depends
quickly.
depends how what the trouble is. If was it your fault or did you? No, it's true. No,
Okay,
it's
so
true.
if it was your child's fault, you're not gonna give the child the money.
If it's her fault, yeah, I'll give it to her, but she would have to pay me back eventually. Whether it's doing stuff or whether
but
it's
you'd give
working
it to
for
her.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what we're just basically trying to get down to.
Ultimately you would give it to them, isn't
Yeah.
it? Because at the end of the day, I would rather give to you.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, this is just, if it's a habit, if it's a thing where like literally every
Bank with
weekend
mum and
you're I'm just literally
Then
being
you have
used
to
as a
stop,
bank.
bruv.
At one point I'm
You have
gonna
to stop.
stop.
Yeah,
100%.
100.
But if like you're in need, I would
need,
rather give you money than you go to Wonga or whatever or one of these next sites.
Payday loans.
And next thing you know, you're, trust me,
67%
next thing you know,
APR.
you borrow £50, you pay back a grand, innit?
That's true.
Fam, I'd rather you borrow from me and you
borrow from the bank.
than borrow from the bank
for
or
real, for real,
whatever.
for real.
And I think it's good for everyone to aim to be in a position to be comfortable enough to help your kids in that way. Because me, like, I would always look at my parents and I know when they're struggling for money and whatnot, and that was motivation for me to start working from young. But
100%.
not everybody has that problem
Inclination.
or that, not everybody is in that kind of situation. So like, if your parents are like, imagine your parents were millionaires.
Yeah.
You
Like,
don't have to.
You don't
work.
have to work,
Yeah.
and it's very difficult.
You wouldn't even have to ask for peas.
Yeah,
You'd probably be dashing you peas every
Dashing
month
you
or
peas
something.
every
I
month.
think even
that-
as a
but-
millionaire, you can instill
still
them
teach
same
them.
values.
Yeah.
you can.
definitely.
I think
Depends
it's,
how you
but
do
it will definitely be more. I think harder.
Yeah.
It would be harder than, let's say, from someone that's growing up with a family where
yeah.
I have to. It's not. I have to go to work because my parents can't afford to give me this.
I think it depends on the parents. Because it depends on how on the parents and how far they looking to go to be able to teach their kids. Like, for example,
that's what I'm saying already. As soon as you say that, then that means it is harder. Then because it is.
No,
you will have to go a little bit further. If I have everything.
What I'm trying to say, okay, this one I'm trying to say, for example, okay, so let's say someone that they don't have a lot, a family they don't have a lot, they're quite poor, so obviously it's going to be hard for them to, do you know what I mean? But a family that's rich now, they can still go that deep, that low, to that same family that's low, to just so they can teach their kids values. So for example, I could say let's say for example, like if I wanted to teach my child, let's say I've got all the money in the world, she doesn't need to worry about anything. If I want to teach her those values, I might say to her, okay, you know what, I'm going to take your phone from you, orders from you. You're gonna work. You're gonna do this, do that.
You're not gonna get anything back.
You're not gonna get anything back until you complete this task.
But
so basically,
you're already working harder than, like, let's say me, and know that my parents can't give me this, and regardless,
I'm working harder.
As parents, you're gonna have to do a lot more. Then imagine you ask your parents and your parents don't have money. All they have to tell you is, son, I don't have it. Money, that's it. So what? Okay. And that's enough. That should be enough for you to be like, bro, maybe I have to do something myself, or like. Whereas you're, as a rich person,
I just have to say to my child, I don't have money.
They know you have money.
I'm not gonna give you no money.
But they know you have it.
Yeah, you can know you have it, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah, you know what? That does happen because I know.
More than likely, I would have stuff like.
No. Listen, their source of income, that they used to, is from me. Like, if I cut that off, what are they gonna do?
Because I know.
That's what you gotta think about. They'll be in the same position as the poor kid that can't have anything.
I know
that's not practical. That's not practical.
No, it's practical. It happens. Like, I can I've got family that's they're quite wealthy, innit? Like, if they can literally take anything they want, take away from that kid, and that kid has to fend for themselves, just so they can teach them values. So I think it can still be the same.
You know what?
It depends on how far that parents.
You're already doing more because you are having to cut off your child.
But that's not doing more. Though. All you're saying is,
you are having to do something.
I know kids, when I was growing up, who had quite wealthy parents, and they had less stuff than I did, and that was more of a case of their parents making the active decision just not to give them this. I mean, you don't have to give your child.
I don't think it's hard work.
You don't have to give your child.
I never said it was hard work, but I do feel like you will if you do have if you are quite wealthy parents and your child more than likely is growing up in wealth, is used to having nice things, probably already has nice things. It is a little bit. You will have to go like the extra mile to teach that child that, look, we have all these things, but you do need to learn to sort of like fend for yourself. Whereas a child that we don't have shit, we don't have nothing in this house. I can't give this to you. That's it. I don't have to, stop giving you money. I don't have it. I don't have to. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
It's a very, very individual kind of.
I think it depends on the person.
It's very situational because, for example, there's poor kids who had nothing. Their parents told them, we have nothing, and they've gone to go and maybe sell drugs.
Yeah, that's it. But at least they got their own piece. I mean, they did something.
They're working, but in the grand scheme of things, they are kind of cutting corners. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Whereas there's.
But who says the rich people aren't cutting corners?
No, rich people probably. But in terms of rich kids, there may be some rich kids who don't have access to certain things, who are curfewed, who are not allowed to go out with their friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't have phones, all sorts of things.
Definitely.
So I think it's more about the parent than the amount of wealth they have. Because you can be a rich parent and still
add them value.
Yeah, but my point was not even to say like, if you're a rich person, it's impossible for you to, because of course there's rich people that have grown up with those kind of values. We all know people that grew up with like wealthy parents or whatever but I just feel like if you have come from like nothing, it's a lot easier to be grounded. Like, life humbles you. Do you know what I mean? Like the first time I went to work and saw my mum like what's it called, like just like scanning in Asda's, that's where she used to work. Like that alone was just like, bro, how can I be asking her to give me these, like buy me these £200 trainers, do you know what I mean, where I know like where she works kind of thing. But if I knew my dad has it, Like
you easily just ask him.
I can easily ask you. Do you know what I mean? And you can't. If you tell me that you don't have, son, we don't have it. I know, fam. I know we have it. Do you know what I mean? I know that you're trying to teach me a lesson.
So maybe maybe are you trying to say that it's easier for a poor child? No, it's easier for it's harder for a poor family, a poor child to try and ask stuff from their parents as opposed to a rich child. Is that what you're trying to say?
No,
the rich child is rich, so they know that they can easily ask for their dad for £200.
That's not my main.
Let's be real though. Which position would you rather be in? You'd rather be the rich parent.
100%.
Being able to do it, and I think
100%.
That's where the whole I can't remember what the word I'm looking for is, but you want to make sure that your child lives a better life than you.
Yeah, definitely. That should be the goal for every parent. To be honest,
I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people shame people for being richer than others. You grew up in this. I grew up in the slums, and okay, fair enough, but this person's parents worked hard, so they didn't have to grow up in the slums.
The Cruise Podcast.